Afternoon. It is afternoon, yeah. I'm waiting on Adam from Series 1 Recovery. Series to Thrive is my pal. Another Welsh lad. If you've seen his Facebook page, Instagram page, you'll know that he's got absolutely awesome setup. You know, he's got top trucks, top vans, top trailers. So he's taking this in one of his enclosed trailers with his Series 1 printed along the side of it. I'll insert a picture because it is the bollocks. So Adam's a good lad. So he's taking Project 2000 for me. Because I've picked it up this morning and, to be honest with you, I only had to drive 4 miles. It's torrential rain. It was a ball ache loading it in the rain, sliding all over the trailer. And I've never been so nervous towing a car in my life. I've picked my Cosy up from there, same shop, and I flew back at above the speed limit, you know what I mean? And I didn't give two shits like, but this isn't my car and it is absolutely immaculate. And I was a bit nervous, like, not gonna lie, but I'm gonna show you. So this is, people, if you haven't been to the Max Power Union show, you'd have seen pictures online, but this is the reveal. For YouTubers only. Other people would have seen it on Jamie's Instagram at the show and different things like that, but it's here. Look at that. Change of perspective. There you go. Project 2000. So I've been working away this morning again. So I'll show you what I'm. I had a surprise for Jamie. I'll give Jamie a video call today. Not basically when I got back, I had to do a load of jobs. And I phoned Jamie. What time did I phone Jamie? I can't remember what time I phoned Jamie, but it'd been here a few hours. And I phoned Jamie and I revealed to her that she didn't know. I'd asked Jay to do those in pink and he managed to fit it in. So those was in pink. We had to go for the new crystal style Morettes because just couldn't get matching inners for the older style outer lens that we had. But yeah, paint is absolutely the bollocks. So Jay, I call everybody Jamie, you know what I mean? Because there's so many fucking Jamies, but Jay is the only one that's not a Jamie. Every other Jay is a Jamie. So Jay Jason at JM Details, he's done an absolutely superb job, man. Do you know what I mean? The geezer is he's brilliant. He's an artist, you know. He sees the bollocks. I said he was good when he did my Cosy, you know, and that's why I knew he was the right man to do this car. I knew he was the right man. Yeah. So if I did me logo on there, look. I've got MM Speed Shop logo. Which again, Jamie, my Irish Jamie was happy with. She wanted it in the middle. She never asked, and I put it in the middle. Things like that. We think the same things, man, in regards to mods and that. Jamie was kind enough to get these put on because when it was revealed for the Max Power, it had Max on there, so we got MRM ones. But Jamie's also got the original printed out plates as well for it. They're inside the car. I'll show you them. But I didn't show you this week things I was doing whilst the car wasn't here as well. Do you know what I mean? So I've done a few other jobs on it today. Most noticeable thing you can see is inside a couple of jobs. I'll show you. Basically, harnesses are now on the cage. Put the helicopter tape on the cage, so the harnesses are on there now. Look. So there's the other plates that'll be on the show. So half day on the MRM ones, half day on these ones. But look at them. Door cards. There you go. I've put all the holes that was in there. I've put rubber grommets in as well to close up the holes. And this material is the same as this, look. So I'm no vehicle retrimmer by far. Nothing, but I've done my best with them. And they've turned out quite well, I think. I mean, I'll take you to the other side, one sec. Look at them. The DTM mirrors, all in black as well, along with the bases too. So the bases weren't painted before. Open this door. There you go. Differences with this door card, all I've done, put a grommet in there with a hole in, a couple of wires. Basically what these are, they'll be staying there. They're just to hot wire this window to a battery. Because I don't know if Adam needs obviously loading it into his enclosed trailer. I don't know if we need the window open to steer it. So what I've done is made a couple of wires, so just plug in there so I can open and shut the window. That's why there's a couple of wires hanging out. Yeah. Harnesses. Just stunning, man. Oh, look at them side skirts, man. Fitting in the original factory lugs, look. Look at them for how much better are them side skirts than the original shit that was on there. Look at that. All riveted on. The bollocks, man. The bollocks. So, badges on there. It was torrential rain when I collected it this morning, man. It was horrible. So, that look. The paint on there. And what I love is you can still, I did ask for him to do this. I didn't know how easy it would be for him to do, but he kept the carbon weave visible, so he hasn't gone too thick with the paint on there, so you can still see that it's a carbon spoiler. It's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. I couldn't be happier with it, man. Roof scoop. All sealed on, not crap. You know what I mean? Just the bollocks, innit? Just the absolute bollocks. So I'm buzzing with that. So obviously this video will be posted before the car show, not in line. So tomorrow I've got the car show. So what I'll do, I'll post this video next week in front of tomorrow's footage that I get. I'm gonna leave that there then, because I'm probably gonna get loads of footage tomorrow. See you later.
Do it.
You sure?
My shit always goes right sometimes.
Don't jinx it now. Don't jinx it. Oh, mate. I said I'd add this bit on the end. Look at that. That's the back of Adam's actual Series 1. Roll cage, look. But look at that number plate banging in the right place. The S1 is, look. Loving it. Banging. Morning. You all know what day it is and what time it is. What time is it? 5 past, well, nearly 5 past 5. And we're up. So, yeah, man, we're gonna, it's a bit darker this morning. It's usually a bit lighter at 5 o'clock, I thought, but it is pissing it down. So it's not even warmed up yet to temperature. So I just come up the driveway. So we're off now to meet Jamie, RS Jamie, and Adam from Series 1 Recovery with P2K in the trailer at a McDonald's in Stafford. So that's my morning. Obviously I'll take an obligatory video of my breakfast at Mackey's because the wife's with me today. So see you in a bit. Look at that, we're in Mackey's for the obligatory sausage egg McMuffin and hash brown trick with a rifler. She's happy, and guess who's joined us? Jamie.
I didn't wait though, I didn't wait.
Nah, straight in there, man. So we're gonna have breakfast. See you in a bit.
3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Ooh. Look at that. Round of applause. Look at the work in that. Look at it. I'm getting a cold sweat just looking at it, thinking about what we went through to build it in the first place. Okay, so the owner today is Jamie, who some of you probably know from Insta. I'm too old to know what Insta is, but everyone tells me it's where the cool cars are. Jamie, how long have you had it?
So we've actually only had the car for 14 weeks, which I hope you'd all agree, is pretty incredible with the job that's been done. We painted the whole car, yeah. It used to be 50 shades of pink, it's now one. I do want to say a massive thank you actually to Kev, our MRM, and Tig and Jay at JM Details, because without them this wouldn't be possible, and I could not be more happy. This is the first time I've seen the car as you've seen it, so no, super chuffed. Yeah, the plan was to try and make it as close to the original as possible. So how many projects you've had?
So, you probably remember back in the day, at some point we started picking up the phone to Max Power and saying, can you do some work with you and stuff like that. And some really clever people at the Ford press office called and said, how do you fancy we build you a Formula 2 kit car for the road? And we were like, alright, let's have a look, see what we can do. And we sat down with them, we came up with a plan, and we came up with a mix of front wheel drive, Formula 2, Gordon Spooner, slide throttle engine, full roll cage. But we also said we wanted some Escort Cos unit, because of course that was the king car back in the day, before Skyline decided to turn up. So some of the bits of the real deal, the rear sport, what we wanted to do was keep a WRC look on it. So the boys at Gordon Spooner said, okay, because the Escort Cosworth bodywork was too wide, they chopped it into about 25 pieces and then joined it back together again. And that's how we came up with fitting the rear spoiler. In terms of the paint, no one really knew what colour it was going to be. Damon Cogman, who was the designer at the time, was really into his Porsches. And unbeknown to us, he told the paint shop to paint it Porsche Carmen Rot. It's also known as aggressive clitoris back in the day, but that's another story. Yeah, and the green gold cage is another Porsche colour as well. So how did you get on with trying to mix the paints and get them right?
That would be a question more for Jay. I think the interesting part is we didn't actually know the colour of the roll cage originally, so we got lots of swatches and picked a colour that was the Volkswagen colour. But when Jay actually put it into the machine, it came out as Porsche Lizard Green, which is actually the original colour. So by pure chance, it is exactly as it was. And initially, Jay didn't know he was painting the roll cage, I wanted it to be absolutely, the whole roll cage was stripped back to bare metal and completely repainted, so it is as fresh on the inside now as it was on the out. And Kevin also surprised me by painting the wheels to match the car as well, which is a nice touch. The 1552 is the closest to the TSW monitors you can get, but they're 18s by 8.5, and I just think wheels make the car. I think we
did a good job on that, buddy. I've been watching it since day one.
So,
cheers, mate. Thank you.
Find out that the car was available? Just before you answer that, so about 20 years ago, the last time I saw this car, I actually left my jacket in the car. So you're alright if I can just have a look around, see what's in there? Alright, tell us about everything else. What's going on with the bodywork?
So yeah, really for me, it was about where I came across the car first question. So I was aware of the previous owner, I think most people were. I bumped in for about 3 years to buy the car. Finally made him an offer and he couldn't.
No way.
John found his jacket. No way. Once a Maxer, always a Maxer. Love that. So he actually got the car and it still fits, which is impressive. So the plan was to make the car as close to original as possible. So, you know, the body shop and Kev and I with the kind of plans, ideas of replicating the front bumper as per the original, but modified it so that it now fits with the wing, which it never did originally. Whole new bonnet, new windows, new bonnet vent, new roof scoop against that was knackered. I've recreated the front and rear bumper from actually RS Zender option bumper because the original looked like a melted ice cream and I didn't really like it. It's absent currently of an engine and an exhaust because we didn't have time. So it'll go back to Kev, here, situated this side of me. I'm not very good with left and right, so I won't even say which one it is. And it'll have a fully forged 250 brake horsepower engine. Interior is all replaced. We've changed it so it's more road car-esque, exactly as it was originally. But then Cobra worked with them to effectively build the seats as I wanted them. So it's got the original cloth from my first car, my Escort Mexico, which is actually pink and green cloth. And then the pink stitching in there as well to bring it all together. The steering wheel is an original RS option wheel from Germany, brand new, and it's new on stock.
Lovely as well.
And it's RS and it's pink. So it was made for the car in my view. So really and truly we just tried to bring the car back. I was always a big fan. Max Power was actually 14 when this car was revealed. My mum and dad both had brand new Mark 6s at the time, and it's always been my favourite car. So for me, it's pink, it's an Escort, I had to have it. And Kev and Jay and T made my dreams come true. So delighted with it, which is with the stickers as well. So I came up with the idea of the art. Kev's business is MRM, so MRM Power, which I think again is a cool touch.
So, as you probably know, some of the Max Power project cars have quite a checkered past. Back in the day, we had the lime green Carlton that went backwards into a music shop and destroyed. I mean, that took about 12 months to sort out with the insurance. Just because I'm a Scouser doesn't mean I was driving everything. Man. So, true story, this is the Max Power project car that had the most speeding tickets. We went down to Southend one weekend for the cruise, as we all know is a great place to hang out on a weekend. And it was like everyone from Max Power was there, so everyone was driving the car, and everyone went through the speed camera and got it was quite a fun weekend, because when we got all the tickets come through, we sent 7 driving licences off to the police and no one knew what to do. But this is officially the most snapped car on speed cameras from Max Power.
Did you put them on expenses?
Of course we took it on expenses.
Yes, there you go.
So, yeah, what a car. I am still getting sweats just looking at it after the time we went through building it. So what's next? Engine, you say, is going to be done next. And then, because back in the day it was like a Gordon Spooner F2 Super 2000 engine. What are you going to do? You're going to try and keep it to that?
So yeah, when we got it, the only thing left of the Maltune engine was the rocker cover, to be honest, and even that was in bad order. So that's going to be an ornament. And Kev is building a fully forged 250 naturally aspirated, brake horsepower naturally aspirated engine. It'll rev to 9,000 RPM. And we're basically upgrading everything. So to all intents and purposes, when it's done, it'll be a brand new car, and I'll be driving it to work. So yeah, I think it's wicked. I think it's brought a lot of people together. It's brought back a lot of memories. I want to say an extra special thank you as well to Mark, who's arranged the show, for one, having us today, but also without Mark, the car wouldn't be complete. So Mark's also building an Escort van. Our Morettes were, let's say, fucked when they arrived. With 5 days to go, so we pulled it out of the bag. Mark sent us the Moret, and we got the car here. So, yeah, for me, yeah, it's my ultimate car. You know, red Porsche, Ferrari, whatever. Not saying I could, but you could in general. But this is awesome. It's a one-off, and for me, it's the car of my youth, and I couldn't be happier, honestly.
I'm really chuffed for you. Look, congratulations, Jamie, MRM, and everyone involved in the rebuild and getting this back on the road. Take a look at it, love it, caress it, and everyone have a great time today. Welcome. Thanks for coming, everyone. Give it a round of applause. What a great car. Jamie, MRM, loving your work.
I can't live without you. No, I did you wrong, girl. No, I did you wrong. It's my fault.
And she's in.
I'm sorry. I can see my whole world changing because of you. It's upside
How's it
down.
fit? Tight.
Should've known better than to sleep with your best friend. Come back here, give me one
Stay there.
more try. I can see my whole world changing.
Heavy baseline, land it, that's up you ever said it. Heavy baseline, up and down, we say it twice. Yo, heavy baseline, bass so hard, I'm free, but the grain baseline. Playing it, playing it. Well, it's up to you, and I said it's heavy baseline up and down. We say it twice. Yo, heavy baseline. Bass so far, the free, but the grapevine. Ask me these bars, little man, yeah, they're right. And I'm kicking on the system for the gas spare time. So the change short, get spare times. When the rhymes I spray about his work. He said it never hurts. To hear what we are spitting in the verse. Listen. Spirit jumping in the rain. Nobody knows the bullshit that I've got right over the way. Stopping the name and better put straight on the 7 of 9. Just hands on the face. Still don't fear when the rise of the people know that we're the same.
There she is, all washed and dried. If you look, I think I've showed people this before. She's been up the drive, on the steepest part of the drive, and basically I take her up there, park her there for 10 minutes and dry her off. The sills, when you wash your cozzer, fill up with water, man. So it's best to get it on a steep area and let it all drain out, man. So she's all washed and dried, and I'm going to tuck her in the garage now. Next Sunday it's a local place that I'm going to, so it's not far, so it shouldn't get too dirty, man. But then I think I'm going to take the battery off, put the cover on, and leave her in the garage for a little while till I decide what to do about the gearbox. And in regards to shows and stuff, I've done my fair share of shows this year. I don't generally do as many as I've done this year, do you know what I mean? But I thought I'd enjoy myself this year, and I have. But I'll go up to P2K and I'll tell you what my thoughts are about attending further shows and what I plan to do instead. See you in a minute. And we're back in the workshop. Don't she look good? So, a review of yesterday. Where do I start? Brilliant show, atmosphere amazing. All the people who've paid to go there, brilliant people, man, you know. A lot of people got to put a face to a name. With myself, they hunted me down, found me out, pointed me out what's not like, and it was nice, man. It was nice to meet people. I mean, I speak to as many people as I could, like it. I don't mean to. I tried not to be rude, like, because say if someone's here approaching me, talking to me, and I'm like 30 seconds into conversation, and someone comes from this direction, starts talking to you, I say hello, but then this person might walk away, and I don't mean to be rude. I wasn't being rude to that person. I'm trying to talk to everybody, you know. So if anybody did feel, I don't know. Some people have been offended in the past, you know, but it's not my intention. I was just trying to give my time and trying to speak to everybody as much as possible, you know. Every show I go to, people recognise me in regards to work I've done on their motors, like, you know, and I get. But yesterday was a different level because I was pointed out in regards to being the builder of this. So what I'm used to is, I'm used to that, you know, and I've offended people in the past, which is not my intention. But yesterday was the level I'm used to plus 10, you know. So I tried to speak to everybody, so I apologise if I didn't get to speak to you. I think there was a couple of people I was supposed to give stickers to yesterday that I never caught up with. I'll check, but all stickers will be out in the post. It'll be tomorrow now. I did say Monday, but it will be tomorrow now. We'll be putting envelopes this afternoon and taking to the post office tomorrow. I hope you like Pinky. You know, sorry, I won't say Pinky, Jamie. P2K. I hope you like P2K. hope you appreciated the work that was involved. You know, it seems to get a lot of love. You know, there was no negative comments. There was a couple of people I'll go on about in a bit, you know, but they're not the people who interest me. The people who interest me are the people who appreciate the car and people who can see the work that was involved in it, you know. And Jamie's dream, Jamie's vision of what she wanted has come to fruition, and Jamie saw it for the first time yesterday when it was uncovered. I don't think Jamie could be any happier, bar the hiccups. We had a couple of hiccups yesterday, you know what I mean, which I'll visit in a minute as well. So just go and have a cuppa, one sec. Or gonna have myself finish my cuppa and I'll have a smoke, but I'll revisit this in a minute as well. There's my reg plates, well, not reg plates, show plates. Look at that, there's a nice story that goes with that, which I'll tell once I'm finished talking about P2K. So, 2 minutes. Well, let's carry on. Got a smoke, so excuse me if you hear me sucking on a cigar. Right. Yesterday, man, people's views on the motor, fantastic. What I did like yesterday, it was a big part of the day for me, is people asking to speak to Jason from JM Details, because it was nice to see that in the flesh people can appreciate the work that man's put into this. The man's a craftsman, the man's an artist, you know. He's put his heart and soul into this. Them side skirts are not just side skirts. You can't buy them. You can't just make them. You've got to have some skill, you know, artistic approach, you know. The arch repairs, these bumpers, you know, look at them. Artistic geezer, man, you know. And it's nice to see that people really do appreciate the work that Jason put into it. I must have had 100 people asking me where Jason was, and I tried to find the geezer every time and pointed out his motor. But he was taking in the show as well, so bless him. He took Tig along, and Tig, I hope you saw a lady that was with Jason at the show. Her name's Tig, and she's in JM's videos. And Tig, especially with them side skirts, man, Tig had a massive part of this car. Do you know what I mean? She's come up with a brainwave on these side skirts. So Tig's talented, man. She's learning, but she's learning from the best, and the best is Jason, do you know? If you looked at this car yesterday and picked faults, you're a wrong one, do you know what I mean? Because yes, it's not perfect. Not because of Jason, though, do you know what I mean? We had a couple of hiccups, and I'll move on, but yeah, again, want to say thank you to Jason and Tig at JM Details. Absolutely smashed it, man. Smashed it. Look at it, man. Look at it. Take it in. I mean, I'm lucky enough to be able to stand here today and still soak it up, man. And it's a shame that, obviously, it'd be nice if Jamie could soak it up really, but we've got to do the engine. But it'd be nice when Jamie's got it back in her garage and she can just stand there with a cup of tea and soak it in, man. I'll do it with my cousins, you know what I mean? Sit there with a cup of tea, stare at my cars, stare at Lucifer 2, stare at my shit. It motivates you, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I fucking love this car. And Jason killed it. Right, moving on. I saw people yesterday getting down on their hands and knees, literally lying on the floor at this wheel, because it's got, yes, what looks like a curb mark there. But if you knew the story, it's not the half of it, man. This car fought us, man, fought us. I think I've showed you earlier on in this video, my good friend Adam from Series 1 Recovery. Now that geezer, he's a top quality geezer, man. He moves cars worth millions. If you added the price of the cars he moves just in a week, you know what I mean? The value of them, millions, every week. I'm talking top class cars, man. Paul Linfoot cars, Ferraris, Porsches, Lambos. The shit that man moves never has an issue. Do you know what I mean? He's a good geezer, knows what he does. Top geezer in the game. So, got Adam to take this to the show for us, man. And all was going well. All was going well. You've seen that we loaded it here, mint, and then we've got to the show. We've gone into what we was told is a VIP area, field, for all the revealing cars and some other stuff. And we was like, okay, we got to the field, and we was told just to, do you know what, put your stuff anywhere you want, like, as long as it's laid out nice and whatever, like. So obviously this motor, it's the max power motor, isn't it? And we've put it in the middle. We've put a Cosy next to the trailer and focused the other side of Jamie's. And this was halfway out the trailer. And then, is it Mark? Mark, who runs the show, come over and we was given the wrong information. Right, the wrong information. Mark wanted this in front of the stage, so fair enough. Said to Adam, chuck it back in the trailer. Just put one strap on a wheel. It was the front right. And it's only moving the 100 yards, you know what I mean? Yeah, sound Kev, right. Electric button for the winch to pull it back in. And an electric button to take the trailer from that to that. Let's not forget that front bumper, that front wheel over there has got a wheel strap on it now. So Adam's pulled the car back in, put a strap on that wheel, trailer's like that. Adam's gone around the back of the trailer, bent over to put the trailer that way, and as he's bent over, in his pocket, the button for the winch has been pressed as he bent over. The winch has pulled the motor, and obviously it's strapped down, so the car's been pulled that way. The straps caught the front bumper, pulled the bumper away, bumper came off, and as it went back, basically the hooks for the straps are on the floor. This wheel wasn't strapped. This wheel's gone over a hook and caught that. So I've obviously lost my shit, not with Adam, you know, just with the situation, man, you know what I mean? When I say lost my shit, I'm just venting, shouting, rah, fucking hell, fuck me, rah, rah, rah. A few more profanities than that probably, but not anybody in particular, because I knew shit happens, you know. I said to Adam straight away, it's not your, listen, man, shit happens, shit's gonna happen, but things lead up to creating shit happening, do you know what I mean? Because we was told to put the car in the middle, and then was told to move it. So if we hadn't have been told wrong information from a show that know for months that we're arriving, do you know what I mean? Just poor organisation, do you know what I mean? So shit happens, it does happen, do you know what I mean? But if it wasn't for a little bit of poor organisation, I think, so I've shouted the C word, do you know what I mean? I'm going to say it because my wife hates it, but I shouted the C word, do you know what I mean? I'm not sure if I shouted at anyone in particular, do you know, I was venting, man, do you know what I mean? But I love Adam to bits, yeah? And this geezer is the top of the game. You're not going to get anyone better. But it is one of them, shit happens, do you know what I mean? So, but we'll address it straight away. Jason from Jam Details, who says the dog's bollocks already, he's going to fix that, blow it in. I haven't got to get it powder coated, nothing. Front bumper, he's going to address. Brilliant, man. And I bet none of you even noticed the issues with the front bumper, because me and Adam was on our back in the trailer for 20 minutes trying to sort that front bumper issue out, and then we didn't realise the wheel had been caught because we were addressing the front where the strap was. Then when the covers come off the car, it was like, oh, bollocks, like, well, people was pointing it out, like, do you know what I mean? So, one of them, but what I can say is, Jamie, her response to everything, you know, calm as a cucumber, man, you know what I mean? She took everything in her stride. Hey, don't worry, man, shit happens, blah, blah. I'm the one raging, you know, I want to crack heads and, no, but like I said, nobody in particular is head. It's just, you know, when the situation makes you want to crack an head. Do you know what I mean? But Adam, at Series 1 recovery, it's just shit happens. You know, the geezer is the top of his game, and I'll use him for every job I ever have. Do you know what I mean? Because he's brilliant, man. When I moved to Wales, he moved a lot of my cars. I trust him with anything, you know. I'd give him my Cosy now, and he can take it wherever he wants. I trust him. If I had £1 million car, I'd give it him. The geezer, it's just shit happens, you know. But the geezer, lovely geezer. Do you know what I mean? So he's a top geezer, shit happens. Jamie's absolutely fantastic. Her response to it, chilled. Me, bit of a knob for venting, you know. But I hope people can understand that my venting, and obviously not anyone in particular, my venting was because I killed myself to get it there. Car spot on and shit happens, you know. But yeah. So if anybody starts posting pictures of this wheel with the curb mark and whatnot, you're not worth the time of day. Do you know what I mean? Because I saw so many people. And then there was another geezer walks up to the back of the car like that, and he's calling all his mates up. Come here. He says, that one's 3 mil out than that one, and the bumper's not this, the boot's not lined up, and this and that, and the other. Get a life, mate. Who are you? Concourse fucking judge or something. Do you know what I mean? It's an escort, man. You find me an escort with a perfect, but mate, do you know what I mean? Glad I didn't catch him, like, but yeah, get a life, man. Get a life. But other than that, do you know what I mean? And the half a dozen people taking pictures of a curb mark on a wheel, banging day. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely banging day. I couldn't think it gone better. Other than I think that the awards at the end was a bit of a piss take, you know. Is it nepotism or what, like, you know? But you go to shows, and I know people don't build cars for other people, so Jamie's built this for herself. Do you know what I mean? But when you get best retro go to a 350Z and best modern car go to an E30, and the E30 picks up 3 awards, and there's some focus there. You're not supposed to know who's won awards and shit like that. The geezer turns up next to the stage an hour before the awards are given out, and then he's like, "Oh shit, yeah, thanks, I've won 2." Bollocks, mate. Some nepotism there, you know. Whether you're friends, family, whatever, man. Them awards are wrong, you know. I mean, the geezers on the microphone were even confused, you know. Best boot build went to a van. It's not a fucking boot, is it? It's a van. You know what I mean? Again, awards, they do ruin shows for you. Do you know what I mean? In regards to, like, how did that not walk away with an award for Jamie from a Max Power shot? You know? When all the other cars that had the covers taken off had a crowd around them, when this had the cover taken off it, everybody, and I mean everybody at the show, stood there, and I've inserted some pictures as well. This shut down the show whilst it was unveiled, you know. Everybody was there, do you know what I mean? So, in my opinion, awards should be voted for by the attendees, by the people, do you know what I mean? Not people with the cars there, but attendees, man, do you know what I mean? Get their view, get their opinion on who deserves what. So, yeah, enough of that anyway. So, but other than all that, you know, I don't sound like I'm moaning, you know what I mean? I'm not, man. It was a banging day, you know? And the weather, would you believe it? The weather was brilliant, pissed down on me all the way there and all the way back. But the sun was out all day, you know, until the awards started, and then it started pissing down, which I thought was quite fitting, you know what I mean? But, yeah, let me know what you think of the car, what you think are the best bits, what you think of the stance, do you know what I mean? Let me know what you think of the interior. Do you know what I mean? Jamie's choice of the seats and the material on the seats. Just let me know what you think of the motor. Do you know what I mean? Because I fucking love it. It's not even mine. So, well, I'm going to tell you about that reg. Obviously, my show plates and the cars that are in the shop. You see this? I'll insert some pictures. Basically, in I think it was 2006, 2007. Built a really, really fast RS2000 for the road, and I loved it. It was known as Lucifer, and that's why that one's known as Lucifer 2. I didn't name it Lucifer. When you rev this thing, when it say it went between 3 and 4, maybe 4.5K on the revs, this thing used to howl, man, like a banshee. Do you know what I mean? So people was like, sounds fucking evil, that does, Kev, fucking hell, like, and it did. It was a certain tone on this car. It was the cams, the way I timed the cams and the exhaust. It used to and it used to go, you know, give you a shiver. It was that type of sound, man. And anyway, because people kept saying the devil and this, that and the other, like, I put 666 on it, and then people started calling it Lucifer. Do you know what I mean? So that stood for either Risk or RS Kev, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It was a P reg, and it was called Lucifer. So I sold it. I shouldn't have sold it. I regret selling it. But I sold it to a lad called Nathan in the Isle of Wight. And 6 weeks to the day, at 60 mile an hour, he rolled it 6 times. Yeah. And how he survived it, I don't know. There was a passenger in it who got thrown clear of the car through a window. They both got internal injuries and bruising and that, but both walked away from it. I'll insert some pictures. So one of the fastest roads in the Isle of Wight, there aren't many. And this is off the actual car. And I've known my mate John Williams, who's a friend of Nathan's, and he brought it to a show for me yesterday. And what's nice is Another mate of mine, Jim Matthews, brought the engine out of it, and I ended up with the ECU, the chip, the the cam cover I've got in the workshop. So now I've got the reg, the cam cover, ECU, chip, I've got loads of things off of that car. We're talking, this was 16, maybe 17 years ago. And this is the reg that's been kept and saved for me till I've known John for all that time, you know, on Facebook. But I think I've met him once before at a Ford Fair event, and then yesterday he brought that for me. So I cherish this, man. This will go in my collection on my wall with the cam cover. I'll insert some pictures of before and after, and let me know what you think of that car crash as well, because it's mental that they both walked away. So I'm going to leave this here because it's long enough, and I'll bang the video up tonight. Cheers.